Before we can issue a purchase order to buy inventory, we have to set up a supplier and a vendor. A vendor in Carillon ERP is a special kind of address that you issue payment to. A supplier is a special kind of address that you issue a purchase order to. Sometimes, where you are sending the purchase order is the same place you will be sending payment. So, the vendor maintenance window, by default, creates an address, a vendor, and a supplier all in one step. You will find vendor maintenance on the maintenance menu under Place Maintenance. To create a new vendor, leave the vendor ID blank. It will be assigned when you hit Save. Fill in the vendor name and address. The default invoice description prints on the check stub. So, it is common to put your account number with the vendor in that field. If you're going to need to send the vendor a 1099, fill in the vendor's federal ID number and choose a default 1099 type. If you were creating a vendor and you did not want it to create a supplier at the same time, you would unclick the supplier checkbox. Everything else should default for you. I clicked the approved checkbox, but it doesn't do much in this window. If this was a vendor of non-inventory products, like your insurance vendor, you could predefine the GL account that should be charged on the Purchase Accounts tab. Since we are going to be buying inventory from this vendor, there is no reason to do that here. Now let's look at the Supplier tab.